Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Asin Gitagima. Today I want to review the material about the translation studies. Let me start in the definition of translation. The first is the definition of translation. Translation is the process transferring a meaning from the source language and to the target language while preserving the original message, context, and style. According from the expert like Nida and Tabor in 1969, translation consists in the reproducing in the receptor language the closest natural equivalent and of the source language message, and another of expert definition like Peter Newmark in 1988. Translation is rendering the meaning of the text into another language in the way that the author intended in the text. Okay, we are going to the translation process. The translation process the analyze the understand of the source text like such as a context, grammar, and meaning. The second is the transfer. Transfer is shift the meaning into the target language mentally. And number two is the restructuring. Yeah, that is the reformulate the message naturally in the target language. And the fourth is the review. Revision is a review for accuracy, fluency, and cultural relevance. Okay, we are going to the translation competence. In the translator competence, there are five the competence that the translator must be have. The number one is the linguistic competence. So there is the mastery of grammar and vocabulary in both source language and target language. And the second is the cultural competence. It means that for understanding the cultural background of the language. And the third competence is the textual competence. Textual competence is the recognizing genre, register, and discourse of feature. And the fourth competence is the transfer competence. Is the ability to accurately convert meaning from source language to target language. And the last competence is the technical competence. Is there is the use of translation tools such as chat tools, ChatGPT, and another translator machine. And we are going to the translation technique. Okay, according the from Molina and Albir in 2002, there are some of technique. The number one is the literal translation, such as word for word rendering, and the second is the adaptation. There is the replacing the cultural elements with the target equivalence. And number three is a modulation. Modulation is changing perspective or semantic category. Number four is the transposition, is altering grammatical structure. Number five is the borrowing. Borrowing is using the same word from source language. And the last is a colloquy. There is the lateral translation of expression or phrases. And remember, each technique we are chosen based on the context and purpose of the source language to the target language. Okay, we are going to the last session. The last session is the translation ideology. Translation ideology refers to the underlying values that influence the translation decision. There are two dominant of ideologies in the translation. The first is domestication. Domestication is adapting the text for ease of understanding by the target audience to prioritize target language norms. And the second is the foreignization. Foreignization is retaining element of the source culture and prioritize finally to the source language. The example is the translating when we translating Thanksgiving. In the domestication, we can replace Thanksgiving with the local holiday. And when we use the foreignization, we can keep the Thanksgiving and explain the term. So the conclusion, for understanding the translation involves more than language. It includes cultural, contextual, and ideological consideration, essential for accurate and meaningful communication. Okay, everyone, that's all for me for the reviewing this material, the translation studies. So that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.